coming to you from an unknown location, at the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains, bringing you the unknown. Welcome to another spine-tingling episode of Paranormal 411. Your hosts are David Reagan and Jason Scott, and together, they dive headfirst into the mysteries that lurk just beyond our understanding, featuring notable experts ready to share their insights into the world of the strange and unknown. So pull up a chair, pour a cup of something warm, and prepare to be enthralled. Here at Paranormal 411, we're not just a radio show, we're a community of truth seekers, adventurers of the mind, exploring the boundaries of the known and unknown. We invite you to join us, to share your thoughts, your experiences, your questions. Whether you've had your own encounter with the supernatural or you're simply intrigued by the inexplicable, we want to hear from you. So, don't be shy. Drop a comment and let's unravel the mysteries of the universe together. Buckle up as we journey beyond the veil of the ordinary, into the heart of the extraordinary. This is Paranormal 411, where the inexplicable meets reality and imagination takes flight. Stay tuned and remember, in the world of the paranormal, nothing is as it seems.
Well, hello, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Great to be here.
Yes. We didn't have a show Saturday.
We didn't.
And I just had a lot of things going on at work and things wasn't able to click. So we decided not to have a show. But I hope everybody had a good weekend. Right, Jason?
Oh, yeah.
Did you have a good weekend?
I did.
We went and watched a movie.
Beetlejuice.
Yes. Yeah. It wasn't bad.
I heard it was all right. I mean, I never did like the first one.
Oh, no?
I didn't.
Oh, man.
And the reasoning behind me not liking it was too, his character just got on my nerves.
Well, it will get on your nerves the same now then, because it is exactly the same character.
Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Damn good actor.
Yeah. Damn good actor for sure.
That character got on my nerves and I could not watch that movie all the way through. I've not seen the whole movie.
No. Yeah. Well, this one, one thing that I do like is that pretty much the cast and everything's the same. It's, of course, filmed and produced, the same. But what they did is, instead of bringing all the new CGI and everything into it, they made it exactly like the original CGI. So you could set the two movies next to each other and it's the same.
Okay.
So one doesn't completely outshine the other one when it comes to that, So that's one good thing I will say about it.
The only part I remember, I remember two parts. When they were singing, and then the one he was in that office with the shrunken heads.
Yes,
I remember that part.
Yeah,
but I don't think I watched the whole movie all the way through.
Okay. Well, we went and watched it. It was a pretty good movie. So, wasn't bad.
It may be, but I don't know.
But if you didn't like the first character, you wouldn't like, because it's the same Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
So, absolutely. We've said it 3 times now. I'm surprised it popped up. Beetlejuice. It's almost like, saying other things in the mirror, right?
Oh, yeah. With my new laser engraver, I engraved a mirror.
Did you?
And it was pretty awesome. I engraved it for Jace. And it's got Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary.
Really?
On it, yeah.
That's pretty fantastic.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
So I hope everybody else had a good weekend, because mine wasn't too bad. Remember, you can find us at paranormal411.org, Paranormal 411 on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Remembering X. I'm not saying Twitter anymore,
I thought I'd seen a X.
Now you can tune in live every Tuesday and Thursday, like you are right now, hopefully. And that is from 7 to 8. Also on Saturdays from 8 to 10, except for this last Saturday. And remember, though, on Saturdays from 10 to 11, if you're in the metro Atlanta area, you could listen to us on WDJY FM That is 99.1 FM. And if you're outside of Atlanta and still want to hear that show, you could go to wdjyfm.com, or you could click the link at paranormal411.org. We're also on Subspace Radio and all your major podcast platforms. Remember, I say it every week. Don't miss the new book. Sold tons of them.
Yes.
Tons and tons. A lot more than we have reviews for dang sure.
Yep.
You know, I never knew it was so hard to get people to review things on Amazon. So,
do you always review your purchases?
And that's what's taught me a lesson, because now I do, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do now. Before I really didn't. So, I mean, I'm not knocking it, but please, if you buy it, review it, please. It does help us out. That's East Tennessee Hauntings and Lore Edition 2. That's available on Amazon or at paranormal411.org. You could click the link. Join us.
Also, you can join us for a thrilling couple of months here of Halloween fun. Starting off in September the 21st, Scream Your Way Through Scream Fest at the Scream Chamber. We'll be in Athens, Tennessee.
Yes.
September 21st, set up. Come down and see us. Also, October 12th, we got Double Scares.
We're getting twice the fun in on one day, aren't we?
Yes, we're busy that day. First, we're going to be recording an episode of The Confessionals with Tony Merkel.
It's going to be fun.
Yes. And then we're going to head on over to Dead Man's Farm here in Philadelphia, Tennessee for the Dead Man's Market at 6 p.m.
That's going to be fun. I think that's going to be a lot of fun.
Also, October 19th, don't miss the Upper Cumberland Bigfoot Festival in Crossville. So mark your calendars and get ready for a frightful good time. Join us.
Join us.
Tonight, we also got a pretty good little short show for you. We're going to be talking about near-death experiences.
NDE'S, for those who know what it is.
NDE'S.
And I'll tell you, it's fun.
It is.
It's a fun topic. Especially for people who, I wouldn't say fascinated with death, but always wonder about the afterlife.
Right.
What happens next? You know,
what's out there.
That's it. If I die today, what can I look forward to or worry about? Right.
Yeah.
Because most people, whether they think about it or not, worry about what's going to happen when they die.
Yeah.
They do.
I don't as much anymore, but
I don't at all. But
I mean, the only thing I worry about is my family, but
right. No, they'll get
I'm going to stay and haunt them.
Yeah. I already told my wife that every day
we could join, team up, and
I think we should
have a haunted house somewhere.
Yes. We'll do a tag team haunted house. I like it. Paranormal 411 haunted house.
What's up, Randy Hutchison?
Dead Man's Market. Yes, we will be selling some body parts. Probably hours. No.
Come a little early and
I'll tell you what we're going to have. We're going to have this book is definitely going to be one thing we have there.
Yes, we'll have the book.
We'll have our t-shirts.
Maybe a few odds and ends. I don't know.
Maybe.
We'll find something to sell.
Yep. Body parts sounds good though, Randy.
We could sell some calzones and some eggs.
Yeah. Definitely got enough eggs.
Oh yeah. So a near-death experience, it's a psychological event that typically occurs when a person is close to death or in a situation of intense physical or emotional danger. So these experiences often include elements such as out-of-body experiences or OBEs, feelings of peace, seeing a tunnel or a bright light, and encounters with deceased loved ones or spiritual beings. Now, I have had an OBE. or an NDE. It could have been either one. I could have stopped breathing. And that's why
either way, you came out of your body.
Floated up.
Yeah.
I floated up and I didn't want to.
You're like, no.
I was swimming up on the roof. Finally, when I hit back in my body, though, woke right up.
Now, did you stay awake? Did you not want to go back to sleep?
I didn't want to go back to sleep.
I wanted to do stuff like that.
Ugh.
I've actually read books on how to do it.
What's up, Steven?
What's up, Steven? How you doing? I've read books on how to do it, and I have tried my darndest to come out of my body. It hasn't happened yet, but I would love to do it.
It could happen at any time, probably, because I didn't even know why, but I know it was real.
Right? Yeah. You knew the fear when you jumped up, huh? You're like, oh, geez. That's funny, but not really, right? So there was a notable study that involved the first ever scan of a human being brain while they were dying. Now, the researchers accidentally recorded the brain activity in an 87-year-old patient who died during a routine test. Now, they observed that in the 30 seconds before and after the patient's heart stopped, his brain waves showed patterns similar to those seen during dreaming or memory recall and meditation. Now, this kind of suggests that people might experience a life review, which is what a lot of people say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or quote unquote, see the life flash in front of their eyes as they die. Now, however, it is important to note that this is a single case study, so more research is needed to understand how this common phenomenon might actually be. That would be pretty weird, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Hey, what's up, Steven? What did he say?
He needs to text us about a member of his group, Arcane Discoveries, that had a dogman experience Monday, just right outside of Athens.
Yes, please. Please. Yes, we would love to have them on the show.
Oh, yeah.
And if not, they could tell you and you could come back on the show.
Yeah.
I like
you
it.
can come on the show anytime you want to.
Yeah, we only had a short show with you, and you could come back on and tell us some more stories anyway. So
Randy needs to come on.
Yeah.
We got all y'all need to come on the show.
Yeah.
So some of the philosophical arguments, philosophers like Jens Amberts argue that the consistent and detailed testimonies of people who have had near-death experiences provide strong evidence for an afterlife. Amberts likes these testimonies to be reliable witnesses who have investigated a sealed room and reported their findings. So he suggests that if enough credible people report similar experiences, it justifies in belief in life after death. But this argument hinges on the idea that the sheer volume and consistency of NDE'S reports makes it rational to believe in an afterlife, even in the absence of physical evidence.
Well, the funny thing about that is that the only physical evidence is that they died. Right? I mean, honestly. But then you go into the other side. There is thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people who have reported NDEs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just tons of them. Steven says, what the crazy part of the subject? The same member has had a near-death experience and has described it. Wow, in detail. They definitely need to come on.
Yeah, I want to hear this.
Yeah, this is awesome. Energy doesn't It can't be created or destroyed, right? It just cannot. Hello, Susan. And we know that we are energetic beings. I mean, we are energy. 110%. We're energy. So what happens to that energy when we go? When this body no longer exists, what happens to the energy then? I mean, it has to go somewhere.
Yeah, it should.
I mean, because
I think we have, what do we call it? I can't think of the name of it now, but I think we have a choice of where it goes.
Gotcha.
How it goes.
So when time of death, you think that you get a choice of saying stay or go or just whatever it is.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. I know that we've had plenty of psychics on, and a lot of them say the same thing. And they say that even if you choose to go, you could still come back at any time and visit loved ones or do whatever.
Yeah.
That you're not stuck only being wherever it was, you know? So I don't know. I just find that fascinating.
Fascinating.
It's very fascinating. Just for the fact that we know that we are energy. Where does the energy go?
And I've even seen, I don't know how real they are, but I've seen videos of like people when they die, something lifted up. I mean, you could see a little like cloud of something. And plus, they weigh them before and after.
Right. Yes. Steven says that's exactly what happened to their member. He said he had a choice to go in those two experiences, to go home pretty much is how often it was told to him. So that's pretty cool. What does Michelle say? If that's true, I'm in big trouble. David's going to bug me to the end. I already told you that was going to happen. Me and Jason was just talking about that too. We're going to bug the heck out of y'all. It's going to be fun. It's going to be like a 365-day haunted house.
Yeah. Gonna go back and forth.
That's what you're going to hear all the time too, me laughing.
And you know what I'm going to look like? Slimer.
Yeah. That's hilarious. I don't know. I may choose to show myself and I may not. Walk up the stairs.
Yeah.
So Socrates talks about the immortality of the soul. Now, in one of the most influential philosophers believed in the immortality of the soul. Now, he argued that the soul is eternal and that it survives physical death. I believe the same. Socrates suggests that life emerges from death in a cyclical process, and the soul, therefore, must continue to exist after the body dies. Now, this idea is central to his philosophy and is discussed in Plato's dialogues, particularly in the Phaedo. So, you know, I think that, I believe that it's true. I do not believe that the soul or the energy or whatever it is that you want to call it, I don't think it dies after we do.
Yeah.
And again, you know, just like what Jason was talking about at the beginning of the show, the fact that how many people have these stories?
Many.
You could search forever on the stories of NDE'S.
Yeah. I've got 10 of them we're going to go into after the break.
Yes.
So that's going to be fun. So Plato, he was a student of Socrates.
Yes.
He expanded on Socrates' teachings, and he proposed that the soul is immortal and exists in a realm of perfect, unchanging forms. So according to Plato, the soul pre-exists before birth, and continues after the body's demise, engaging in a cycle of rebirth until it reaches a state of perfection. That's like reincarnation.
Yeah, that's funny because that's exactly what I was about to say. That is exactly reincarnation.
So
that's an Eastern philosophy now.
It emphasizes the soul's journey toward ultimate truth and knowledge.
That's fascinating. I didn't really even know that. That is fascinating. Susan says she likes the quote that Yoda tells Luke in The Empire Strikes Back. Says, luminous beings are we, not this crude matter. As he pinches him on the shoulder. That's true.
Luminous beings are we. That is true.
It is true. Yeah. We are not what is perceived.
I know that who was the student of Plato? I forgot his name, but he was a philosopher, and he totally disagreed with both of them. And it was like the soul and your body cannot be separated. That's what he thought.
I know some believe that it is neurons firing in the brain.
Yeah.
And, all that stuff that happens up here, that's really the soul, that we, don't really have this everlasting thing that, that other people talk about. The only problem I have with that, there's only one problem I have with that. That still doesn't explain what happens to the energy that we are after we die. Because, the law of thermodynamics, right, is at play in this. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed, ever. It is what it is. Energy is always is. When energy comes in to this light bulb up here, and Aristotle, Susan said it.
Aristotle, yes.
Thank you, Susan. She's awesome. But when energy comes into this light bulb right here, and it illuminates this light bulb, that's not the end of that energy. That energy does not cease to exist after it lights this light bulb.
What if you flip the switch off?
Nope. It's still there, waiting for you to flip the switch again.
Oh. It's contained in a body.
Constant. It's constant.
In a body.
Right.
So if we bust that light bulb while it's lit, the energy will escape.
Well, the energy escapes now with it lit.
Okay.
It becomes the photons that are light.
Yeah. Okay. I see.
So it's never destroyed.
Yep.
And that's thermodynamics. Thermodynamics says energy cannot be created, and it also cannot be destroyed. So I don't know. Stephen says his pawpaw preached before how the soul travels when it leaves, and depending on your faith and life is how it is affected. I believe that, because I also believe that we can create our own afterlife by our own belief system.
Oh, yeah.
So if I believe whatever, right? Say I was a really terrible person and I killed a bunch of people and I'm sitting on death row and they're about to push the button to euthanize me, right? Like you would an animal, right? That person, depending on the person and their mindset, they might be thinking, I did what I was supposed to do here. And they may be okay with it. So when they die, they go on to do whatever it is that they do. But a person that feels that they have done wrong, maybe they put themselves into a hell.
Yeah.
Because that's where they believe that they deserve to go. Hey, Thrulus, how you doing, buddy? So I don't know. I think I really think that this is a subject that can be massive.
Yeah, it is.
Very, very massive. I mean, because of the fact that, like Stephen just said, especially when we bring our own belief system into it, then that I think opens up the doors to tons of other opportunities, for what could happen after we go.
Yeah, because you have different experiences. Like some will experience
What's up, Roger?
light beings,
Yes.
if they're not maybe real religious. And most of the religious people experience God and love, but in all of them, there's love.
Yes.
There's this big,
just peace.
bright light,
and it's peace, right?
and it's just love.
Yes.
That's in all of the experiences I've read.
And I really believe that is probably the one truth in everything.
Yeah.
Is love. That sounds like a postcard, but but I really believe it's true though.
Yeah, I do.
Because I think that is something that across cultures and everything, love.
Mm-hmm.
So I really do. So there's some common elements of NDEs. Depending on no matter who it is that talks about their NDE and stuff, there is some common elements. One is the out-of-body experience. People report feeling as if they are floating above their body and observing the scene below, which happened to you.
It did.
That's what happened to you. Some people have the tunnel experience, a sensation of moving through a tunnel towards a bright light. Other people have feelings of peace and joy and a profound sense of calm with peace and well-being. It's like some people on drugs.
That's that DMT.
That's right.
Kicking out of that brain.
That's right. And we do have DMT receptors and all that too. So
I think that's part of our physiology to help us cope with
death,
with life and death.
Right. Absolutely.
That's one of the things that we do.
Right. Yeah.
It's weird.
Other people talk about a life review. They see significant moments from one's life flashing in front of their eyes. Other people encounter beings, meeting deceased relatives, spiritual beings, and even religious figures, like what you was just talking about before we started talking about this. And a lot of people have a reluctance to turn, a feeling of not wanting to return to the physical body because the experience is so pleasant. And a lot of those people have it's not your time.
Yes.
That gets told to them, right? It's not your time. Build it, they will come.
All right, Garth. Roger says the Beatles can't buy me love.
Can't buy me love.
So we don't know the exact cause of NDEs. I mean, it's debated.
Right.
But there are different scientific theories that might explain them. So we're going to include them in this too.
Right.
Brain activity. This is just a few of them. Some researchers believe NDEs are caused by the brain's response to extreme stress and lack of oxygen, leading to vivid hallucinations.
Okay.
I think, like I said, I think that is something the Creator put in us to help us cope. So neurochemical reactions, the release of endorphins and other chemicals during traumatic events might produce the sensation associated with NDEs.
Right. We do know that some of that does happen.
Yes. Temporal lobe activity, which is abnormal activity in the temporal lobes, which are involved in sensory processing and memory. Now that could contribute to experiences, of life review and stuff like that reported during NDEs.
Right.
So they remain a fascinating, mysterious phenomena, blending elements of psychology, spirituality, and neuroscience.
Just in time.
Just in time. Wow. This is awesome. We're going to have to take a quick break. And when we come back, we got 10 experiences to share with you.
Yes. So don't go anywhere.
Please. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back. And we'll have experiences.
Yes. See you right after the break.
What if the world we know is merely a fraction of reality? What if there are forces, entities, and phenomena that exist just beyond our comprehension in the shadows of the unknown? Welcome to Paranormal 411, your gateway to the unexplained and the downright chilling. Imagine, if you will, a quiet, sleepy town tucked away from the hustle and bustle of the city. The locals tell tales of a house atop a hill where strange lights flicker and eerie sounds echo in the dead of night. Some say it's haunted, others claim it's a portal to another realm. Whatever the truth, one thing is certain: those who venture there are never quite the same. Or picture this, a clear, starry night in the heart of the desert. Suddenly a blinding flash cuts across the sky, a craft of unknown origin moving at impossible speeds. It hovers, then vanishes, leaving only questions and a sense of awe. Could it be visitors from another world, or perhaps a secret government project? These stories, these encounters with the unknown, are what we love here at Paranormal 411. Our mission? To explore the unexplored, to question the unquestioned, and to shine a light into the darkest corners of the paranormal. We've journeyed through haunted houses and UFO sightings, and into the mysteries of cryptids and psychic phenomena, and pondered the existence of other dimensions. And yet, there is so much more to discover. Paranormal 411 is your guide to the unexplained and the extraordinary. Here we talk about the mysteries that lurk in the shadows of our world, from haunted houses and UFO sightings to cryptids and psychic phenomena. We love to question, to explore, and to understand the unknown. There's a world of mystery out there just waiting to be discovered. So why not join us on this journey into the unknown? Subscribe to our YouTube channel and become a part of the Paranormal 411 community. Together, we can uncover the secrets that the universe holds. Welcome to Paranormal 411. Your journey into the unknown starts here. Join us.
In the heart of Madisonville, Tennessee, lies a pizzeria like no other. Step through the door of Legends and Lore Pizzeria and be transported to a realm where paranormal and cryptid encounters, along with mouth-watering pizza, go hand in hand. Meet Eddie and his crew, who serve up slices of the supernatural along with the best pies in town. With the walls adorned with eerie artifacts, indulge in piping hot slices that melt in your mouth and tease your taste buds. And it's not just the locals who love the incredible pizza. Legends and Lore has been selected as the best pizza joint in all of Monroe County. As lovers of everything pizza and the paranormal, the owners have mastered the art of crafting unforgettable combinations that will leave you wanting more. To stay connected with this mystical eatery, follow Legends and Lore Pizzeria on Facebook, where tales of their latest creations and upcoming specials will be shared. Make sure to browse their custom menu, featuring legendary pizzas like the Chupacabra Ranch and the Exorcist. So, whether you have an appetite for the supernatural or simply seek the best pizza in town, Legends and Lore is the place to be. Come for the unforgettable flavors, stay for the captivating stories, and find yourself in a world where legends and pizza collide.
Get ready to rock with the electrifying sound of Catalyst, a band that's sure to leave you wanting more. With their powerful lyrics and killer riffs, Catalyst is a great sound in the world of rock music. You can listen and find Catalyst on Bandcamp, or go to the link at paranormal411.org and click on their banner.
Chill
children at play. Don't tell them what they want. Where the rubber finally meets the road.
Woo!
Well, hello there.
6 minute, 1 second break, everybody.
Come on now.
I can't believe that many people's gone.
We lost 5 people.
6. Well, it was up to 10.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
We'll have to shorten that break.
It was like, bing, see ya. I ain't staying for no break.
I got better stuff to do
Got
than
something
listen to this NDE crazy stuff.
That's right. Remember, you can find us at paranormal411.org, paranormal411 on Facebook, YouTube, and X. We are live every Tuesday and Thursday from 7 to 8. And remember, the Tuesday and Thursday from 7 to 8, if you have a story that you want to tell us.
Which maybe this Thursday we can get Steven back on the show.
Yeah.
I told him Thursday at 7 p.m.
That's right.
Text David.
Text me or email us at info.
If you got David's phone number, text him.
Yeah. Info at paranormal411.org. If you're out there in, podcast land.
Out there in radio land.
I'm here, even if you lost some. Thank you, Andrea. You
Yes,
do count
thank
us 3.
you.
You count us 6. That's awesome.
Wonder how the dog's doing.
They could probably tell you.
Yeah, I see pictures
Tater.
of it. Tater.
Yeah.
Good dog.
Yeah. He says he's a smart dog too.
Yeah,
He's
he
really
is
smart.
pretty smart.
David lost his ID. He goes by Dave now. Gotcha.
Is that Dive or Dave?
Dave. He is the best baby ever, she says.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go back to some experiences. Who's ready to hear some experiences, right?
NDE experiences.
That's
with
right.
David Reagan.
Now, the first in our experiences is Greg Kowalski. Now, Greg was playing ice hockey, excuse me, when he suddenly collapsed due to a cardiac arrest. Now, his friend, who is a medical professional, performed CPR and managed to revive him. Now, during the time that he was clinically dead, Greg described an experience where he found himself boarding an empty airplane on a bright sunny day. He said that he felt a sense of calm and peace, which contrasted sharply with the chaos happening around his physical body.
That one is something like you was talking about earlier, that we can create our own, heaven or hell.
Yes.
And looks like he wanted to be on an airplane.
That's it. An empty airplane.
An empty airplane.
Yeah, maybe he's in first class.
So there's one for he felt calm and peace.
Yes.
And love.
And I really think that, what's funny is that a lot of these people, not all of them, but a lot of them, if they're on an operating table and things like that, a lot of times they can remember what doctors were saying when they were dead. They remember what doctors were saying, what they were doing, how they were trying to save their lives. And when they come back, they tell people and they're like, how did you know that you were dead?
Yeah. And that's been documented.
Yes. Yeah. Many a times.
Many times.
Yeah. Yeah. That's another thing that I find really fascinating about this kind of stuff.
And that's one that I'm going to be telling you about. Miss Pam Reynolds. She underwent a rare brain surgery called standstill operation. Now, this is where her body temperature is lowered and her heart and brain activity are stopped. And during this time, she reported floating above her body and observing the surgical team working on her.
Right there.
She described seeing a tunnel of bright light.
There's the tunnel.
And even recalls specific details about the surgical instruments and conversations, which later the doctors and nurses verified.
See, So she had multiple things that was on our list earlier.
Her conscience came out of her body and remembered this.
Yeah. And then when it came back in, she still had that memory.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. But like you went out of your body. When you came back in, you still retained that memory.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I do find this a very interesting stories and stuff when you hear these people's, what happened to them and how they could recall all that happened to them while they were supposedly dead, or on an operating table
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. And then people say, well, it's not real. It can't really happen. Well, then you tell me.
There ain't nothing. When you're dead, you're dead.
You're dead. You're gone.
You're out of here.
You're gone. It's just, it don't, no, sorry.
That's
no.
funny, ain't it? Two rednecks imitating rednecks.
Yeah.
That's funny. Gosh darn it.
Gosh darn it. You should, you know what I mean? No. But I mean, honestly, like we was talking about before, energy doesn't die. It can't be destroyed or created, right? Thermodynamics. I mean, it's a science.
Mm-hmm.
And yet they think that when a person dies, somehow the energy in them dies also. That can be recorded. They could record your energy. They could record my energy, everybody's energy. Everybody has a frequency. Did you know that? Did you know you actually have a frequency?
Yes.
You know what some people think that frequency is?
What?
That this body is like a radio.
Mm-hmm.
And it's tuned to a specific frequency. And because it's tuned to a specific frequency, your soul or the higher you or whatever is also tuned to that same frequency. And that's why you exist.
Mm-hmm.
Because your higher self and your physical self are tuned to the same frequency. And that's why this body is able to exist. It's a symbiotic relationship almost.
Symbiote.
Yes. Roger says, dang rednecks. So Anita Morgiani. Now, Anita was in a coma due to an end-stage lymphoma. How can I not say phoma? I said phona. Hello? Phone home?
You're having an NDE.
I'm having one right now. Now, this was during her NDE. She felt an overwhelming sense of love and understanding. There's another one, right?
Mm-hmm.
She described meeting her deceased father and realizing that her purpose in life was to live fearlessly and joyfully. So everybody is stuck on what we're here for a purpose. Well, she was just told that the purpose was don't be fearful, be happy, be joyful, right? And then miraculously, she fully recovered from her illness, and her story has inspired many people around the world.
That's a good one.
It is. I mean, and I've heard her full story before, this one. She was dying over months and months and months over this, to the fact that she wasn't even able to get up out of the bed in the hospital and stuff. And she said that when she finally went, they called in her whole family. Her husband was there, kids were there, her whole family came in and to say goodbye. And when she went, the first person she saw was her father. And she talked about all the different things. Like, she was there for what seemed like quite a while, but she learned quite a few things. And that was one thing that she was asked, what was it that she was told while she was there? And it was, don't be fearful of things, because She thinks that that was the one thing in her life that caused her to have the lymphoma and stuff that she had, because she was afraid of everything. She said that she lived in fear of everything. She wasn't in a bad relationship or anything like that, but she just was afraid of everything. She was afraid of the world. She was afraid of everything. She was told to live fearlessly and be happy, be joyful. That's amazing.
Mhm.
Amazing. I don't know.
Yeah. So
Again, don't worry, be happy.
don't worry, be happy.
Right.
You know, and again, her vibration may have been off between her soul or her spirit or her energy and her body.
Yeah.
That's what got her sick.
Mhm.
That's how we get sick, people. We need to
Raise our vibration.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right about that, Jason. For sure.
So another story, Eben Alexander. He was a neurosurgeon who contracted a bacterial meningitis and he fell into a coma. So during his near-death experience, he went on a journey through a beautiful otherworldly realm filled with vibrant colors and sounds. He encountered a young woman who guided him and felt a deep sense of connection and love. His experience changed his views on consciousness and the afterlife.
So there you go. So you have a guy that is a neurosurgeon, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this guy's a realist, 100% a realist. He doesn't get, like you said before, you know, different people sometimes get different ones, right? But his was not of this godly realm or this other realm. It was peaceful, beautiful, vibrant place, right?
Mm-hmm.
That he got, and had this person that showed him around. So I think that again shows we do go somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
but I think B, it shows what we was talking about earlier, that we create what we see.
Right.
You know, if you are a person that's a Christian and you believe in all these other, you're going to see angels and all these other things, and they're going to guide you through and show you these things.
Yep.
If you're a worldly person, a person that may not quite believe in all that stuff, you're still shown those things, just in a different way.
Hello, Only Oscars.
Hey, Only Oscars, how you doing? It's been a long time, buddy.
Yeah, and you can see it
Differentiate.
different
Mhm.
between, say, a Buddhist.
Right.
A Buddhist dies, has a near-death experience.
Mm-hmm.
He goes and sees Buddha.
Right. Well, and they have specific things that they go through in Buddhism to reach enlightenment. So they're going to believe in reincarnation. They're going to believe in
the one common denominator is love.
Yes.
And light.
Yes. And peace.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's
so Oscar says we're in charge of the hologram.
I believe you are right.
Yeah.
I do believe you're right. And I believe that we find out after death exactly how in charge of it we are. What this matrix really is. And I think that it's our own design. Our being every person on this planet. All of our design. Now, another one is a guy named Howard Storm. Now, he was an atheist professor, and he had a near-death experience during a severe illness. Now, when he had this illness, he described being in a very dark, desolate place, feeling intense fear. Then he encountered beings of light who radiated love and compassion. Here's this love and compassion and light again, right? This experience led him to a spiritual awakening and a complete transformation in his beliefs and lifestyle.
I would say it would do it.
Yeah. So this guy said that because he was in this dark place and he felt all this intense fear and all this other stuff. And all of a sudden these people came, there were these beings of light and love. And I wonder what you think he's now a Christian?
I don't know if he would be a Christian, but I believe he would believe that there's something else besides death.
That's the one thing that when we started to talk about the subject before the show and everything, this is one topic that most people are fascinated with: death.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's not just death, but it's what happens after death.
Yeah.
What happens to me? Is this it? Is this all that I have? I mean,
So him being an atheist, he thought that there was nothing else.
Him being an atheist thought there was nothing else. And so he got the darkness and desolates. And so that made him afraid. And then these other beings came in and showed him otherwise, right?
Yeah.
So again, I do believe, like even what only Oscar said, that we do create this hologram or this illusion or this reality that we're in right now as physical beings. This person that I'm touching.
Yeah.
We create that. And we create what happens after it too.
Yep.
I think.
Maybe.
I mean, none of us know the answers, to be honest. I mean, none of us do.
So
it's all speculation.
It is. Until it happens to you or to me, which it did happen to me. And
yes,
I don't know if I was dead or not, but I did rise above my body. So it was pretty wild. So another one, Mellon Thomas Benedict. After dying from terminal cancer, Mellon Thomas had an NDE. Well, I don't know. He was dying from terminal cancer.
Right.
Then he had an NDE where he felt connected to the universe and gained insights into life and consciousness. He described traveling through a tunnel of what? Light.
Yeah.
And encountering a being of light who showed him to the interconnectedness of all life.
There's a Buddhist teaching.
Yep. He returned to his body with a renewed sense of purpose, and he miraculously recovered from the illness.
Right. Yep. Buddhists believe that everything is interconnected.
Yep.
That we are all one person experiencing the universe differently. Only Oscar says the words of the prophets are good. The
interpretation.
Let me spit this out. The interpretations by the church is scary.
Yeah,
I feel you. Now Colton Burpo. That's a different last name.
Yeah.
Now he was a young boy that during surgery for a ruptured appendix, that would suck, claimed to have visited heaven. Now he described meeting Jesus, angels, and deceased relatives, including a sister he never knew. Now his detailed and vivid descriptions of heaven and the people he met were later shared in a book and a movie called Heaven is for Real.
And I know some of you people have seen it. I've seen it. It's a good movie.
I've never seen it.
But it's a movie about this boy.
Right.
And what he saw.
Well, this is something so we're getting, again, his worldview. So he's meeting the people and the things that he's going to meet. But then there's one thing that ties it in is having a sister that he never knew about that he got to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
So how would he otherwise have known about her?
Right. And that's the movie was a true story. I mean,
Right.
it's based
It's all
off his
based on
true story.
Right. Exactly. But that's what I'm saying is, so, people want to scoff and stuff about these experiences and the people who tell their experiences and all that other stuff. But how else would he have known about a sister that he never knew about?
Yeah.
So I honestly believe that, when you start bringing the big picture in on this kind of stuff, that you're, you've got to sit there and at least pause and
Mhm.
think about it, and stuff. So I don't know. I think that moment of pause on stuff like that would be needed. Now we have another one. Betty 80, after surgery, Betty had an NDE where she felt enveloped in love and light. We go that again, right? Always this love and light almost.
Yep. All the time. It's light for sure. All
Yes.
the time.
Right. She described meeting spiritual beings, gaining profound insights into the nature of life and the universe. And her experience led her to write the book, Embraced by the Light. So, and that you do find something too. A lot of these people come back with messages of some sort.
Yeah.
And they usually find a way of bringing those messages in, whether it's writing a book or whatever it is. They almost always do.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mike, how you doing? Thank you. Christina says that she read the book and watched the movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. You're gonna have to tell me what you think about that. I just like how it's just in these ones that we've already read, you get this picture.
Mm-hmm.
That
And there's
appears.
hundreds of thousands of these.
Yeah, this isn't even a drop in the bucket.
So we got two more. George Ritchie. So during World War II, George had an NDE after succumbing to pneumonia. He described being guided by a spiritual being through various realms of existence, including a place of learning and a realm of nothing but light. His experience convinced him of the reality of life after death and influenced his career as a psychiatrist.
See, there you go.
There you go.
Believing in life after death, which there is, for sure. And it's funny though, because he guided to a spiritual being guided him around learning in a realm of light. Light. There's always light.
Mm-hmm.
Light is everything. Now, like I was saying earlier, energy cannot be destroyed, yet created. Right? It's there. It's always there. We try to harness it for our own use. Lights that are running here, all this equipment that's running in front of us, right? So we harness electricity, but once that electricity lights up that light bulb, like we've talked about earlier, it's not the end of the light. Or that electricity. Actually, it doesn't just end because it lit up the light bulb.
Right.
Neither does our electrical currents that run us, or our energy ends when we die.
Yeah. I think when people talk about the light, I think that is I think we belong to that light.
Yeah.
That light is the main energy source.
Well, Buddhists and stuff believe that we all are the creator. And we're all a piece of the creator. And we are a piece of the creator that is experiencing the creation as a piece of the creator, because the creator created it, and now he, she, it is wanting to explore the creation.
Mhm.
So it becomes us.
Yeah.
To understand it. So I don't know. I find that
a lot of different explanations.
Yeah. Like we said just before, right? We will never know until it's that time. Now the last one is Mary Neal. Now she was an orthopedic surgeon who drowned while kayaking in Chile. During her NDE, she felt a sense of peace. There we go. She saw a heavenly realm filled with vibrant colors. Here's vibrant colors again, right? Beautiful landscapes. There that is again. She describes meeting spiritual beings who told her it was not her time. There we go. Her experience led her to write the book To Heaven and Back.
Yeah.
So there's a book. There's stories, right? So these stories are often share common elements such as feelings of peace, encounters with light or spiritual beings, and a sense of leaving the physical body. These can be physically and deeply transformative, often leading to changes in beliefs and attitudes towards life and death. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, only Oscar said something that makes a lot of sense too. Everything is light and frequency.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that we would see light.
So the effects on a person's life after these NDEs, they can have a significant lasting impact on individuals. And some of the common ones, some of the common after effects would be losing your fear of death. Many people who have had an NDE report a reduced fear of death and a stronger belief in the afterlife.
Right.
Increased spirituality changes people's lives. NDEs often lead to a heightened sense of spirituality and a deeper understanding of the purpose of life.
Mm-hmm.
It could change your values and priorities.
Got to change my seat height. Sorry.
People may become more compassionate, empathetic, and focused on relationships rather than their material success.
Mm-hmm.
Psychic phenomena. Some individuals report increased intuition or psychic abilities after an NDE. And adjustment challenges. The profound changes in beliefs and attitudes can sometimes lead to difficulties in a person's relationship and social integration.
Yep.
So only Oscar says, let's see.
My husband had an NDE. He said he spoke with St. Peter.
Wow.
He said he had to wait in line. Then St. Peter was yelling at him. Then he was back.
Huh. That's pretty wild.
What was he saying? Hey,
Yeah.
you get in line, or, stop cutting line, or it's not your time. Was that it? That's a very common thing. It's not your time. Even though I told him he was yelling because he was at the wrong gate.
Oh, that's funny.
That's good. I like that. That's funny.
So we've come to the end of the show.
Yes. Thanks everybody for coming in and listening to this live. We enjoyed everybody and your comments. Thanks for liking and sharing and hearting everything. That really, really helps us out. Remember, you can find us at paranormal411.org. Paranormal 411 on Facebook, YouTube, and X. You can tune in live every Tuesday and Thursday from 7 to 8 Eastern Standard Time, and on Saturdays from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Times. Remember, if you have good stories and you want to share them with us, you can do that. info@paranormal411.org. And if you want to be on the show for our listener show, that's also info@paranormal411.org. Now, if you're in the metro Atlanta area, you can catch us on WDJY FM. That's 99.1 FM. And for listeners outside of Atlanta, you can visit us at WDJYFM.com or click the link on our website at paranormal411.org. Now, we're also on Subspace Radio and all major podcast platforms. Remember, don't miss the new book, East Tennessee Hauntings and Lore Edition 2. It's available on Amazon or at paranormal411.org. Join us.
Join us.
Join us.
See you Thursday.
See you Thursday. Thank you. Thank you, only Oscars.